It's a happy face.
It's at this point that I decided to go home because of the rain. I came out to do a bag review. The weather was nice, but now it's raining. My glasses are falling down off my head. It's raining. It's terrible weather. It's just changed. I don't know what to do. I might just go home. I came out with the intention of doing a bag review, but you can see it's raining. It's horrible. Elsa, how do you like it? It's woof. Hi dear. Do you like the view?
Very nice.
Well, this would have been brilliant on a really clear sunny day.
Still nice.
It's still nice, but the rain's kicking in. It doesn't do it justice how steep this is on camera. But yeah, this is Macclesfield Forest.
This is Pegnose Country Park, this bit.
Well, alright, yeah, Pegnose Country
Macclesfield
Park.
Forest over there.
That's Macclesfield Forest. Let me zoom in. There you go. You probably recognise that reservoir from some of my earlier videos. Nice place. Great for walking the dog. She loves it. Don't you? Hey? Elsa? Elsa?
Are you Elsa?
What are you doing?
Honestly, you've been here before.
What's this? What's this? What's this?
Look, there's some fingers.
So we just stumbled across this bit.
Right.
Just talking to the camera. We just stumbled across this bit. Apparently it's for abseiling and rock climbing. There are warnings of stay away from the edge, but you know, Elsa's the daredevil. Doesn't look that steep. Oh, but it is. What do you reckon, Elsa? You gonna go for it? Yeah. My camera's getting too wet. Keep away, folks. Keep away. Get it. What have you got? What's it? What's that? Where'd you stick? Get it. Get it. Where is it? Where's it gone? Where's your stick? Crazy dog.
Happy dog. Happy dog.
I think this is the dog that likes sticks the most in the world. Only happy when she's got a stick.
Don't eat it.
Anyway, I've got coffee. And a loud dog. Get your stick. Get it. I'm gonna get it. What's this? Elsa.
Elsa, in. Go on. Yay!
Good girl.
Yeah.
Good girl. Someone needs a bath.
Good girl.
Do you need a bath? Yes.
Yeah, shall I like some food?
Want some food?
I'd like some food. Yeah, it's a big bone, please. And stick shape.
Give a kiss to the audience.
That big pink tongue.
So we made it back to the car, soaking wet. Heavens opened up, still raining, but the contents of the bag are still dry, so that's a good thing. I think the bag's semi-water resistant, but yeah, contents of the bag's still dry, even in this weather where it just started chucking it down. So we're going back home, get it dried out, because
Like how it doesn't work.
soaking wet. Let's go back.
Do your back review.
Right.
Do your back review.
Yes, let's go back and do a proper bag review. Bye for now. Hi guys, welcome once again to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on a bag that is from Hazard 4. I've not done a bag review for quite some time now. I've got all my notes in front of me. This is the bag that we're going to be reviewing. It's from Hazard 4. It's called the Switchback, and it's essentially a bag that you can use for anything, you know, EDC, but mainly I use it for carrying all my drone gear, all my camera gear, and it's even got room for snacks. So let's take a look at this in depth, and I'll go through some of the specs, the size, everything with you, and you can make a decision whether or not you want to purchase one of these. It does hold a lot of gear when you consider the size of it. To look at it, you don't think it's going to hold a lot, but I've got in there 3 drones, camera gear, lenses, accessories, mini tripod, etc, etc. Let's take a look and see what this thing can hold. So from top to bottom, it's 18 inches in length, width is 11 inches, and it's got a depth of 6.2 inches. It weighs 2.4 pounds, and its capacity is 18.3 litres. Now, it's made of 1000 Cordura nylon, and it's really tough wearing. I've got 5 bags from Hazard 4. One is my EDC bag that I carry every day to work. I've got the Freelance, I've got the Plan C, I've got the Bandolier, and I bought this one. The reason I wanted to buy a bag of this size is so I can carry all my drone gear in, and all my camera gear, so I'm not having to dive in and out of different things. This is where I store everything, and if I need anything, I can take this bag with me. If I need all my gear, I can just take this one bag. If I don't need it, then I can use some of my other bags, just take out what I need and have a smaller bag that is, you're not carrying so much weight basically. Now, this is a SlingPack. So as you can see on the outside, we've got a top pocket here, which if you open up, it does have, let me turn this round for you. This is more of what I would call an admin pouch. Now, you've got space for maybe a tablet here, 10-inch tablet, or notebooks that you want to use. You've got pockets that can be used for an array of different things, whether you want to put your pens in, or a Swiss Army knife, or a Leatherman tool, etc. It's entirely up to you how you customize this. There's also a pocket there, as you can see, there's another pocket there. There's pockets here and a pocket here. Now this is what they call the drawbridge. So when it's worn on you, as you can see, it stays open like this. And this apparently is, you can use your tablet, touch through and use your tablet whilst it's situated in here. It still operates, which is quite a good idea, to be honest. So that's the front pouch. You've got another extra large pocket here. Now I'm 6 foot tall. I'm quite a broad guy, so you can see by my hand just how much space that you've got in there. Quite a lot of room in there, to be honest. That's the top pocket. And we'll zip this one back up. You do have the Velcro patch here, and you've got an array of different webbing, molly webbing for extra pouches, however you want to wear it, however you want to customize it, to be honest. It's got an extra pocket down here, which I don't use because I use the pouches. Because as I say, I carry all my camera and drone gear in here. The pocket at the side there, it's good for an Nalgene water bottle, maybe a litre size bottle that you can carry with you. On the other side, again, you've got all this webbing on both sides. Now you've got 1, 2, 3 holes here, and that runs all the way down the side. Again, if you can see here, you've got another pocket, which if I undo this strap, you can see it extends via this zip. I don't use it, to be honest, because I'm keeping everything in these pouches, but you do have a pocket there for whatever it is you need to use it for. Maybe a water bottle, that's entirely up to you. So on the top here, you've got this carry handle, which is a nice rubberized grip carry handle. From the top there, you've got another hole that if you wanted to fit a radio antenna or a rifle, if you live in America, you know, it's entirely up to you, but there's a hole there for whatever it is you need, really. I live in the UK, so we don't really put antennas and rifle barrels out the end. You've got a little Velcro opening there. Now this is for a hydration bladder. I do own a hydration bladder, but I'm not going to put it in this. It's so you can fit your hydration bladder tubing through, and then you can attach it through there and down onto the straps through all this webbing. It's a SlingPack, as I say. It's got quite a thick, I'd say that's about 2.5 inches wide. It's quite cushioned, it's quite stiff. It's new, so it's going to be stiff. It's not been worn, you know, and kind of flattened and softened up through wear and tear. I've had it, what, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, but you've got all this webbing that you can attach different pouches, etc. You've got the belt buckle style clip that you can lock into place. Now this button here, if it's pushed up, you can open it, pull it down, and it's now locked. It won't budge until you push that up and then unclip it. That just depends. Generally I don't use that. I just kind of sling it over. You do have the adjustment straps as well. Let me just place this down. So you can adjust it depending on how tight or how loose you want it. And it does. One of the great features about Hazard 4 bags, I find, is these tie-off points to stop things from dangling. You know, if you tighten this up, and rather than have a load of excess material, what they've got is these Velcro tie-off points, and you can roll these up. And this is pretty much standard on all Hazard 4 bags. So you can roll these up, and then depending on how much you want to roll it up, you just tie it off, and it keeps everything nice and neat. I love that about Hazard 4 bags, because I don't like things dangling down, getting in the way, because it can snag on things, and you don't really want snagging on branches or anything really. So that's the strap. It's got a nice little cushion bit there on the waist side. This, which I don't use, but I always keep it attached just in case I need to use it. And again, it's got those little tie-up points, depending on how much length you want on that and how much you want to tighten it up. But with this, you know, this can be worn over your shoulder, and this can then be cinched down tighter, so it has more of a sort of compact feel on your body. I don't use it personally, but it's there and I keep it attached. It doesn't get in the way. It's quite a good feature. Now on the bottom, you've got a carry handle here, so you've got top and bottom carry handles here, which is a good feature. Also on the bottom, see what I mean about snagging? If you don't tighten these up, if you don't put them back, they just snag on things. But I was using that recently, so I've not actually tightened it back up yet. These extra straps here, these are good for putting a jacket, rolling up a jacket, or maybe a sleeping bag, whatever it is that you want. You can roll it up, put it through, cinch it down tight, like so, and then roll these up, undo the Velcro, roll them up however much you want, tighten them up, and then it just neatens everything up, which is a good feature. This webbing here, you can attach one of these pouches. It's got 3 points. It's probably more geared, even though you can put one of the flip pouches on, because the flip pouch only has 2 straps, whereas these are 2 straps that are side by side to each other. So I've put this on those 2 insert points and I've got 1 spare, whereas the broad side, it fits on the outside ones and it misses out the middle. That's where the 2 connection straps are, as you can see down there on the outside. It fits on there, misses the middle one, and it attaches on to the outside one as well. Now again, you've got a little carry strap here, which is a good feature. On the sides as well, you've got these tie down points. So if you're carrying something, you can connect, cinch it down, and if you want to tighten that up, you can do. Now you've got 4 of these on there. So there's 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, and that's on both sides. So it's more than enough for you to tie everything down. Let's look at the back again. Here we have this, I don't know what they'd call this. It's like a padded, There's a specific name, thermal molded padding, I think it is, and it's got gaps to let the airflow through. In case you get a sweaty back, you've got the Hazard 4 logo down at the bottom there, and this is an extra compartment which you can fit most 17-inch laptops in here. So let me just undo this and I'll show you. So it only comes down to here, and the other side goes to about 2/3 of the way down, as you can see. Like I say, it fits most 17-inch laptops in. This laptop that I've got here is a 15.6-inch laptop, and I'll just show you for demonstration purposes. So this is my laptop. It's an MSI GS65 thin gaming laptop. Personally, I wouldn't put this in there with all my other drone gear because it's such a thin screen. I don't want a chance putting pressure on and breaking it, but it does fit in to there. I'll show you now as an example. It's a little tight with everything that I've got in, and like I say, it's such a thin screen that I don't want a chance breaking it, even though it's got padded backing. If my bag wasn't so full of drone and camera gear, then I would use this because it's got a real nice soft felt material that's also padding. This is also used as a hydration, where you can put your hydration bladder, and it fits all the way straight down. So like I say, it fits most 17-inch laptops, hydration bladders, notebooks, tablets, etc. And it's a good little feature. So that's the back of there. You also have, before I forget, a little hook thing for your hydration bladder. If you have a carabiner that you can hook into, so it sits and rests, so it's not just drooping down in the bottom. I use this on one of my other bags where my hydration bladder is, but that's upstairs, so I can't really show you right now. But it's good to put your hydration bladder and hook it on, and it stops everything from sinking down to the bottom. That's also where you've got your hole to fit through here, your hose, your tubing for your hydration bladder, and then, as I say, that then fits down along this strap. So that's enough about the back of the bag. It does work. It is quite useful. Let me just lock this up. Now, like I say, on the sides, you've got all this webbing, you've got these tie-off points. These pouches, I think they're like 30 quid a piece. The flip pouch is about 30 quid. Now, in here, you've got like a drawstring. In here, I've got a RAV Power 26800 power bank. I've got, let me just put this down. In here is where I keep all my lenses for the drones. So I've got Skyreet for the Mini 2. I've got these for the Air 2, and also the red ones that you see here is for the Osmo Pocket, which is what I'm filming on right now. I've got my flashlight, my Flytron strobe lights, all my propellers in there. So it's quite slim. but it holds everything that I need it to hold, and that fits in there. I like to keep everything compartmentalized, and that's that way I know where everything is. And that's the good thing with these bags. They're designed to compartmentalize, so you put things somewhere and you know exactly where it is. So you just know that lenses and my RAV power's in there. I've got charging cables in here. At the moment, normally I keep all my charge cables in one, but just for the sake of convenience, because I was rushing the other day, I've put them into two. So flick that back. You've got a broadside pouch here, which isn't part of the bag. This is just an extra, and I think this is like £35. All my charge cables. This is quite a big pouch, and it can fit one of those Stanley cups in. With a cup, with your burner and all that stuff. So it's great for carrying like a full litre bottle of water, and all your, basically if you want to go out and make a coffee, which is what I do, I take this. Just bear with me 1 second. Let me just go and get it and I'll show you. This is a Stanley cup pot with a titanium cup. I've got all my coffee and everything in there. That fits in there with not much extra weight to go on it. You can fit all kinds of things in this. Before I forget, you do have an extra pocket here, which goes the entire depth of this. So you can fit everything that you might want. At the moment, I've got my Rode Wireless Go audio mic kit in there. Now, the mic kit, I'll show you how small these things are. This is what I'm using for my audio. They're very tiny. And I've got a receiver and I've got a transmitter, which is on the camera there. But these go into that. And all my wireless audio stuff, I fit into there. You can put anything in, it's up to you. As I say, it's your bag if you decide to buy it. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty of this bag, and you won't believe how much you can fit in. The main compartment, and this is why I bought this bag. In here, I do have, sorry, inside you've got this extra bit of, you've got this extra pocket here. You can use that, again, it's up to you. You can use that for whatever. I was putting my propellers in there for the FPV, but I decided, you know, they snag, so I ended up putting them into something else. Now, what this bag is good for is compartmentalizing everything. And here we have the inside of the bag. Now, I do have, for most of you who know what droning is, you'll know what that is. That's the motion controller for the DJI FPV. This is my spare phone holder. Like, this is my phone, but I don't like using this. So I put my phone into this, and then I use it for the Mavic Air 2 and the Mini 2 controller. So here I've got phone holder, motion controller, propellers for the DJI FPV. I've got the DJI FPV right there. Let me just put that somewhere else. I do have the control for the FPV, which fits nice. You do get padded dividers with this, and it's up to you how you want to lay these out in a certain way. to put all your gear in. You'll start doing it, but it might get a bit complicated. Some things might not fit in the way you want. It's like a game of Tetris, to be honest. It's fitting things in a way that is just utilising the space that you've got. It's took me a few trial and errors to get this to configure to the gear that I've got. And like I say, this is all of my drone gear. So you've got the spare cables for the FPV. You've got the controller for the FPV. I've got 1 battery in the FPV, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 FPV batteries sat in there. I've got 2 Mavic Air 2 batteries, and I'll show you this when I put it all back in. Let me just get this OTG cable out of there. That's my OTG cable just floating around. That's for the FPV. Now I've got the goggles sat in there with a fat strap and the battery all hooked in. Nice and compartmentalized. Throw it in. I've got Freewell ND filters. Here I've got the Mini 2, as you can see. Mavic Mini 2. I also have the Mini 2 batteries, and I know what some of you are going to say, oh, don't be storing it in there, you know, so on and so forth, but these are just freshly charged because I go out and use it quite regular. So Mini 2 batteries. I've got the Mavic Air 2. As you can see. And last but not least, I've got the Mavic Air 2 and the Mini 2 controller. Now let me just take all this out for you. I had to buy a couple of extra dividers for this. That was just my personal choice. I didn't need to buy them, but the more gear I got, the more of a layout I needed to do. I found personally that I needed to buy more dividers for my particular custom layout. You don't have to do that. I just decided to do it. Now, this is the bottom end of the bag. I bought an extra padded divider because I put the Mavic Air controller and the batteries, the Mavic Air and the Mavic Mini 2 at the bottom of the bag. Now, there's not really much weight on these. There's not enough weight here to cause much damage. It's just there, this padded divider, as a bit of cushioning. So when you do put your bag down, you do know that this material, as thin as it is, it's high quality material. It's designed for rough and tumble. It's not going to rip and tear and get holes in it. It's such tough material, this, that I recommend these bags to anybody. I've had my other bag now for 3 years. I've got such an array of different bags from Hazard 4, and they're such hard wearing bags. They've got YKK zippers on them. Now, these padded dividers, they come in different shapes and sizes. You can get some small square ones. Let me just see if I've got them here. Yeah, you can see here, like, I think these are the ones that came with the freelance bag, but I've got that many padded dividers that I'm spoilt for choice. But I did need a couple of extra longer ones here to customize my bag. I didn't have enough of these. I had the smaller ones, but these don't fit in this bag to the layout that I do for my custom layout. So let's get back to putting everything in this bag. So I put the mini controller, the mini batteries, I put the Mavic Air 2 in, and then I put the Mini 2 in there. On top of that, I generally put my phone holder there. I put my freewell lenses at the top, so it's nice and compact. You know, nothing's going to rattle about. The goggles, as you can see, DJI FPV goggles. Word of warning: if you do have the FPV, buy one of these lens protectors. Don't point your goggles into the sun, because it'll wreck your goggles. Just buy one of them and it stores your antennas. Excellent bit of kit there, but we're not talking about that. We're not reviewing that today. I keep the battery there, I keep the cable tied up, so it's just quick access. I just pull it out, plug it in, plug that in, and then I can turn it on and away you go. That's the way I like to organise my things. I don't want to be carrying loads of stuff, not knowing where it is. This is why I compartmentalise my bags. So I just get things out at a moment's notice. No faffing around, no dicking about. That's just the way I do things. So here, I've put enough space for the goggles. I put the two Mavic Air 2 batteries in. FPV batteries go in there. Again, FPV controller. The FPV fits in nice and snug. There's no pressure on anything. Another FPV battery, I just slot it in the side there. One more. I might even get a 6 because I've got room for it. I've got room for a 6 battery. So I may or may not decide to get it along with another charging hub, because as we all know, the batteries on the FPV, they run out in no time. This cable, you know, that can go anywhere. I'm not really bothered about that. And then motion controller, that can go in there. My bag of propellers for the FPV, I just sit that there, lock it up like so, and away you go. So that is as quickly as I can tell you about the Hazard 4 Switchback bag. There's not really much else I can say about it. I've shown you everything that it holds and it contains, what it's made out of. It's a really good bag. Some people it might not be for, but if you want to carry all your gear, you know, whatever drone it is, like a Mavic Mini 2, Mavic Air, I've got an FPV in there, as you saw. It's a good bag, let me put it that way. It'll last you a lifetime if you look after it. What else can I say about it? It costs, I think it was about 180 quid. I'll link some websites in the UK that you can buy this bag from. There's not many of them left. There is an alternative called the Sidewinder bag, and it's pretty much the exact same bag as the Switchback. The Sidewinder, I haven't seen any noticeable differences. As you can see on the photographs that I'm going to put up now, side-by-side comparison of the Switchback and the Sidewinder, there's not really much noticeable difference. I don't know if there's any difference at all, other than the grommet holes which allows moisture to vent, let's say. All round, it's a good bag. It's well worth buying, and like everything from Hazard 4, it's built to last, it's built to compartmentalise, so you know where everything is. That's my review on the Hazard 4 Switchback bag. Buy it or not, I highly recommend it. I'll link the websites that you can buy it from in the UK at the cheapest possible value. Failing that, I'll put links to the Sidewinder one because there's no real difference between the two. I've not seen. That's been my review on the Switchback. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. If you like what you see, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and there'll be more videos coming soon. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it, and have yourselves a good week. Thank you. Bye-bye.